Fantastic day to one and all. 2 days left of 2025. Are you getting ready for the big party? A lot of people party on New Year's Eve, which is tomorrow. Matter of fact, talking to a friend in Ukraine today reminded me of my New Year's Eve party at Pasha in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, on the Christmas or New Year's Eve 2022. 2020, 2020. Yeah, 3 years. What is it? 5 years ago now? Time goes by so fast. Anyway, it was when I was living in Egypt, in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, and Pasha is the hottest place to be on New Year's Eve in all of Egypt. And it's very expensive, but I was fortunate to be living at the hotel. This was during COVID. I had a free hotel room there. I was the only person in the entire hotel because it was COVID, it was closed. And so I was given a free hotel room. Don't ask me why. No, I've got reasons. At any rate, and so this inside the hotel is this club. It's an open air club, and it's a disco all year round. But on New Year's Eve, it's like $1,500 for a table and more. And of course, the owner was my host, and so I partied on his table every time for the months I lived there. I mean, I've done many, many videos on it, and it's an amazing place to not only live but party. And so that New Year's Eve was really, really special. I did a lot of special things in Charm. I spoke at COP 27, which is in essence what this new Global Kindness Federation is about: innovation. Um, I'm going to be talking the next couple days to my guests about how we can make the world a better place. And on the tops, those events that have every year, they're the most incredible inventions: cleaning water, recycling goods. I saw recyclable paper, not paper, recyclable straws. That comes up to mind real quickly. One was made out of stone and one was made out of banana peels. I mean, people are very, very creative, and I hope to have a lot of them on the show talking about how we can clean up the environment, how we can clean up the water, how we could do programs to make life better. And so that was really a great memory to have. I don't have a lot of memories, but that party, New Year's Eve, was pretty incredible. And I hope you're going to have an incredible party. And the reason I brought that up also is that I saw a news report that I think millions, if not at least hundreds of thousands of people, are writing their wishes, which are usually about hope and dreams for 2026, on confetti, little post-it pads, and they're putting them all in a big barrel, and it's gonna be confetti on the big party, the dropping of the ball in Times Square in New York City, which is a really big event in America and around the world. I imagine they watch. At any rate, and it was just great and fantastic to see. They posted a lot of the or reported a lot of the wishes, which is for peace and harmony and happiness and kindness in the new year. Which I was thinking, all these people should be ambassadors of kindness because they're all thinking the same line as all our ambassadors of kindness are in this kindness revolution. So that was kind of a great report to see. You know, as the word gets out that we have a fantastic community of kind people. Uh, and thank you again for taking the time and watching and being part of this community. I really appreciate it because it's for you. This isn't for me. This is for you, your family, your community, your country, and the planet. And it's my gift to the world. And as you know, we don't charge for anything. We will take donations eventually, but that would be nice one day to get the donations, but right now it's self-funded, and it's my gift to the world. And it's I'm having a fantastic time meeting the most incredible people, and we're going to have them as guests on the new podcast. The last podcast was quite remarkable. I interviewed some really amazing people, the billionaire humanitarian philanthropist, hell of a fantastic man, John Paul DeJoria. A lot of my ambassadors. Of course, I only interviewed ambassadors. And this next episode, this next podcast, maybe I'll talk to some strangers and make them ambassadors. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear the people that are planning for a fantastic new future. The amazing things that happened in 2025 with fusion. They put in 2 units of energy and got out three. It took them billions of dollars to do that. But that's a huge leap forward in energy. Unfortunately, with the greed in the world, they stifle people who have incredibly fantastic inventions. But a lot of those fantastic inventions are like free energy and water-fueled engines that take away from the greed of the industrial military complex and the big greedy companies out there. I don't know. At any rate, so 2 days left. The next 2 days, anyone who joins the Kindness Revolution at worldkindnesslist.com will be considered founding fathers. Because when the world hears about this, everyone's going to join the bandwagon and hopefully want to be part of it, but they're not founding fathers. The people in the last 5, 6 years that have been believing in this mission of mine, that we need a kinder world, that all you need to do is be kind to yourself, others, and the planet to make a better world, a better future, are founding fathers. And thank you for being a founding father. And one day we'll have a plaque with all the founding fathers. And that'll be fantastic. I got some fantastic plans for 2026. On africaisfantastic.org. The borehole application is now online, as will be the loan grant application, where we're going to give away free money, basically, for those deserving people that are ambassadors that have a small micro request. It's called a micro loan. $10 puts people in business at times. That $10 won't be repaid to us. It will be paid forward. So it's a revolutionary little concept in making the world a better place. The borehole, which is giving free water to villages in Africa, we've already done one in Nigeria, and basically a village that shows they have a great amount of ambassadors, and all the schools and places of worship have groups, and they're chanting, not chanting, they're reciting the Global Kindness Pledge daily. They benefit whether they get the borehole or not, but the ones that will, with the most ambassadors and groups, go to the top of the list. And we've got promises for funding coming in 2026. And of course, if we get the international NGO status, we're going to have all kind of funds come to help you. This isn't about money, and we are totally accountable for all our money spent. We're going to show you the borehole in video. We're going to show you the kindness classes in video. All the programs that we have are approved on video, as is the hospital anti-SAD program. SAD standing for stress, anxiety, and depression, which you have typically when you're sitting for hours in a hospital waiting room. And so the hospital here has proved the concept. The Obras del Social Hermano Pedro Hospital. We've got a table set aside with chairs and drawing instruments and paper, and the kids are creating many fantastic drawings. There's a video on World Kindness List to show you the success of the program. We show success. We prove that every dollar that's donated goes to where it's supposed to go, feeding families or whatever we're doing. So that's kind of cool. I also, today's motivational quote, if you're following my motivational quotes, is about respect. I saw the most amazing video. And it's the story of Dean Martin, who you might all know, or at least most Americans do. And he had a confrontation with a mob boss, a mafia boss. And if you probably won't watch it because it was probably, at least a half an hour long, if not longer. But I watched it and it brought tears to my eyes. It was quite remarkable how someone could stand up, and it was get emotional thinking about it. Um, Basically, this mob boss wanted to meet Frank Sinatra, not Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, who was performing in Vegas. It was 1969 or 68. What was it, 68 or 69? That doesn't really matter. Long time ago. At any rate, the mob boss wanted to meet Dean. and Dean was in his dressing room, and he said no, and they said it wasn't a request. Mob bosses have really big egos, and their whole control over their empire is on power, and they'll kill if you say no. So it's pretty incredible. Like The Godfather is a good example of how it worked. At any rate, so they met in a hallway, and of course the mob boss has got his entourage around him, and he's got to show that he's the boss and he's got respect. And the conversation went to where the mob boss said, "Dean, I heard your brother died, and he must have been very jealous of you. He must have had all kind of and he put him down. It was horrible. It was a horrible thing to say, and of course, it was all untrue, but he didn't know how wonderful his brother was. The brother had passed away 6 years earlier and was a kind man. He worked hard. He supported his family. It was the older brothers, and he wasn't jealous at all. He was happy for Dean's success. So he was a beautiful man. And this man, this Bob, this mob boss, disrespected him, his brother. And Dean stood up right to him and said, "You're going to apologize. And you don't tell a mob boss what to do." And it was the most remarkable, fantastic story. If you ever get a chance to watch it, please watch it. It's a remarkable story of courage. And Dean had the most courage of anybody. And he stood up for his brother. Respect. That's what you quotes are on today. Oh, my goodness. Getting sentimental in my old age. You should watch it. At any rate, sorry about that. Fantastic story. Really fantastic story. You can learn a lot from it. And we all need to learn. Come on, get it together. Have a fantastic day. 2 days left.